All right, hello and welcome everybody. Hope you're all doing fantastic. We're going to start a drawing session today, as you can probably tell by this stream. But I wanted to make today's live stream to do with, I think somebody should come up with like a no video game month. And I know this is very hard for some people. It used to be very hard for me as well, but you know, right now something that's important to me is giving up video games. And not altogether. You know, I'm not saying that I'm never going to play them again, but I think it's a good time to, you know, I've been reading a lot of articles, a lot of Facebook posts just out of nowhere about, you know, how video games affect you. And although, you know, there's evidence in all sorts of areas, no one really ever says that like video games are necessarily bad for you. In fact, they might help with hand-eye coordination or all these other things. But it also ends up pulling you away from things that you could have done that could have been absolutely amazing. And you know, I find it funny, even Elon Musk, who is known for who is credited with playing video games, it turns out that he just hires people to play his games for him, which I find absolutely hilarious. Because for the longest time you'd think, what, Elon Musk, how does he find the time to play video games and all that? But how does he find the time? He just hires people to do it, which totally makes sense. So that's with this live stream. I mean, we're obviously drawing instead of playing video games, but I think it's important to, like, you know, find someone in there, you know, someone who's no longer a voracious gamer. You know, I think about any time I get sucked into like a video game and I see the hours add up on like the, you know, your PlayStation account or your Xbox account. You can actually see the hours add up, and you just realize that it just eats away. Video games just eat away at your time. Now, obviously, if you're making money off of video games, like, you know, if you're playing a video game professionally, or if you're making a YouTube channel and it's growing pretty quickly, that's one thing. That's something totally different. But I think from my personal experience, that tends to be, you know, not really the case for the majority of adults. And personally, is it bad to have a hobby? You know, I'm not going to argue. I'm not trying to debate whether it's okay or not okay to play video games. That's not the point here. I'm not suggesting that anyone should or should not have video games as a hobby, but more so, you know, just thinking about like the effects, the hours that get added up, how it can easily pull you out of momentum, how just playing a little bit of a video game, you know, I guess if we really think about it, right, the effects of a video game, let's say you enjoy an activity like exercise or reading or you know, drawing. There is absolutely nothing on this planet that can beat a video game for people that like video games. There's absolutely nothing on this planet that is more powerful at grabbing your attention and maintaining that attention and just absolutely squeezing the life out of you more than a video game. There's just like nothing on this planet that can compare to video games, because like there are billions of dollars that are put into the video game industry. I'm almost talking about it like, you know, like some other addictive substance. But when you really think about it, there's like nothing on this planet that is as addictive, or very few things on this planet that are as addictive as video games are. There are hundreds, billions, trillions probably altogether of dollars that have been put in to learn how video games, you know, how to keep people addicted to video games. It is an absolute huge industry, obviously. And you know what? Every 100 hours that you put in, right? They say there's something called a 10,000 hour rule where, like, you know, if you spend 10,000 hours doing something, you're considered good at it. Maybe not a master, but you're considered pretty close to becoming a master at it. And, you know, so many people, including myself, have probably spent countless thousands of hours on video games, and it can really, you know, pull you away from how many things can you master. There, let's do some math here. Let's do some math. Let's see. This is just, what's up, Omizi? How you doing? We're gonna do some life mastery math here. So let's go. Let's see how many things it's possible for an average human being to master. So let's say the average human being today lives to about 80 years old, and, you know, the typical person probably doesn't really start finding their hobbies until they're maybe like, let's say 10 years old. Or, you know, if someone's, yeah, let's say 10 years old. Beyonce started when she was 7. You know, Picasso started when he was like 9. So let's just say 10 years old for the average person. So, you know, the average person gets about 70 years. And they say 10,000 hours is the road to mastery. So let's take a look at this. So 70 years. Whoops. So let's see. 70 years. Let's see. How many hours, how many days are in 10,000 hours? So 10,000 hours divided by 24 hours a day is 417 days. So 10,000 hours divided by 24 hours is about 417 days. I don't know if I'm doing that. So if you have 10,000 hours divided by 24 hours a day, it would take 416 hours. But let's say 10,000 days. Let's say you spend 1 hour a day to master something. That's 365 days. So let's say 10,000 divided by 365. Just 1 hour a day to master something. 1 hour a day, you could spend 365 over 365, 27 years. So if we do 27, 70 divided by 27, so the average person can master, am I doing that right? I feel like I'm doing that wrong, but 2.66 things people can master 2.6, that doesn't sound right. I thought I was going to come up with like a really, Michael Wilbur started at 5, that's amazing. But let's see, 10,000 hours. What does 10,000 hours look like? So 10,000 hours divided by, let's say 2 hours a day. You'll finish that in 5,000 days divided by 365. It'll take 13 years. So let's just say that. Let's just say a person practices, let's be generous and say they spend about 2 hours a day doing something. And by the way, I think where I'm getting at right now is that 10,000 hours isn't just, you know, 10,000 hours isn't just like practice. Like, you know, if you want to learn a language, if you spend 10,000 hours on a language, you know, you might spend more than just 1 hour a day doing it. You could spend hours upon hours talking to somebody. So let's see, 10,000 divided by 2 is 5,000 divided by 365. It's about 14 years. And then 70 divided by 14. So you can master 5 languages or something. But anyway, you get the idea, right? Like art is greater than games. Peter Stout, weirdly relevant title. You stop playing Dota semi-professionally to pursue art. Squashing all your creative pursuits. You clock 15. Dude, amazing. Well, yo, Peter, you gotta like, Peter, that is a story. That is the story of the day. This is the story of the day. Peter Stout was a semi-professional Dota player. And they went from mastering Dota to mastering art. So, Peter, out of curiosity, are you open to sharing your Instagram page? I should talk a little quieter. Sorry for talking so loud. I'm very enthusiastic right now. But Peter, are you open to sharing your Instagram or anything to like show us what your art looks like? So that we can judge you. I'm kidding, but also serious at the same time. I'm kidding. there's only positive judgments here. Sorry, 15K hours, not drunk. So you're trying to replace. All right, well, that's amazing. But see, like, what is positive here that I think we could take away, what is really positive is that, you know, you calculate your hours, you know, and you realize, yeah, you wish you spent the drawing, right? I think we all, you know, anybody who has ever played a video game and, like, has been addicted to video games, you know, at one point or another has probably thought, wow, what can I have spent that time on and gotten really good at? So just something to consider. But let me go like this. I'm going to just sketch this here. Yeah, so you know what? Life throws you bones like that, you know? It happens. But yeah, if you want to share your YouTube channel or your Instagram or whatever, we're happy to promote it here. We're happy to you know, give you a little boost in viewership, discussion, conversation, PR. So I think this is a test right now. So as you can see, these other projects have the initial outline. Now this one does not come with that, and I basically have to make it up. So that's fine though. We've been practicing, and this is my first sketch of the day, but let's go. We're gonna go like this. But yeah, there's so many things that, you know, you could have mastered an art with 15,000 hours. And by the way, like, obviously, you know, if you're trying to do something professionally, there's nothing, you know, there's 10,000 hours spent like gaming mindlessly, and then there's 10,000 hours spent in a professional direction, right? And I think that at least at this point, you know, with what you're sharing with us, Peter, is, you know, in a positive light there is, you know, the 15,000 hours, you know, you've committed to that one effort, which, you know, I think is at least recognizable to you know, demonstrate that, hey, at least you have that conscientiousness, that commitment to a single activity, whereas, you know, I think that can definitely be missing from other gamers. But of course, at the end of the day, it's important to know thyself. Know thyself. So here we go. You know, is there anyone? I'd love to do like a research and be like, you know, for gamers, is there any gamer who, you know, has never thought like, oh, I really wish I spent that time doing something else? But anyway, let's see. We're going to go like this. We're going to bring this down. Bring that down, right down to this knuckle right here. But yeah, that's commitment, man. So Michael Wilbur, you want to learn a language, move there. That's true. Yeah, you can learn language so much better, so much faster if you just move there. That's right. So we're gonna go we're gonna go right here. And here we go. We're gonna go bring this down right here. The base of my arm needs to be wider at the base. Which one are you talking about? Oh, this one right here? Yeah. I was thinking that. That was exactly what was on my mind when I did this one, is this needs to be a little wider. So, Michael, we are on the same page, man. I saw that, but I chose to just keep it. Obviously, this is a skinny person, skinny arm. You know, it's about capturing the beauty, right? The skinniness is capturing the beauty of it rather than the accuracy of it. That's what this is about. That's what we're doing here. Just anytime anybody has a criticism or like something to say about your drawings, what you can do is just say artist choice, creative choice, and then make up a reason. The better reason you can come up with, the more likely people will be to wow at it. Now, that's sadly, you know, something that that sadly is missing from a lot of people's abilities, you know, like the ability to make up a good story for their work. Like even well-known artists tend to, you know, after they're dead and gone, sadly, it's a curator that ends up creating the narrative for an artist. Which, nothing wrong with that, but it is what it is, right? Change the rules of the game. It's a skeleton arm. That's right, exactly. It is a skeleton arm. So we're going to go right here. And here we go. So this is a test because I don't have one of these to copy, but tally you bananas. So when was the last time I probably played a video game within the past week, but you know what? I definitely feel it's important to, you know, I feel like it's important that when I want to play a video game, that I actively have to like tell myself, hey, let's do something else, dude. Let's not put down those let's put down those video games, man. Let's you know, let's go try something else. Let's go do some artwork. Let's go, you know. So this is going to go down right here. And then just come across right here. This needs to cut down right there. Why is the length of my pinky so off? This needs to be like right there. And here we go. What's up, Bowinator? I have decided to make today a no video game day. Personally, before I started drawing today, I was looking at my PlayStation 5 controller. And I'm not saying I'm not going to wait. I didn't waste any time today at all, right? Like after work, I came home, watched this show called Undercover Billionaire. It's an interesting show on Amazon about like these really successful entrepreneurs who get dropped into a town that they've never been to, and they have to create $1 million business. So I'm not saying I didn't totally waste time today, but I did have to fight the urge to play a video game. And you know what? I fought that urge, and here I am. And there's this great post by, let's look him up, Alex Becker. Let's look up Alex Becker, who wrote some posts. Alex Becker. He does some good stuff. He talks some good stuff about like about managing video game productivity here. Friday is no video game day. Ooh, that's a tough day, man. Friday is a tough day to do a no video game day, but so here's a good read by Alex Becker. You know what? Oh, I should just put a link to this in the chat here. Let me put a link to this in the chat. It's an interesting read. Like this guy posts some really good stuff about gaming. And you know what? It can be inspirational if you're trying to give up video games. So let me post this in the link. There you go. Omizu's gonna game on Friday. Yes. You shall play video games whenever you like. Whenever you like. So this, I can start to see some issues with this pinky about what's going on. But gonna keep working this. How do we do this? But yeah, hey, wow. Well, I'm so glad that all of you are here and, you know, open to hearing this conversation. And, you know, it wasn't until like I started seeing these posts from Alex Becker that I was like, oh, you know, sometimes it's important to like talk about that stuff. And, you know, because it's not like, you know, gaming isn't like a harmful thing, right? Like no one, it's arguable, but like very few people who video game are like, personally hurting anybody or like, other than themselves. But they say that because of all hitting all the dopamine from gaming, that it is a destructive habit. But you know what? It's some interesting things. It's an interesting idea of how something so enjoyable, so time-consuming, so engaging, so entertaining, but also like you're not doing anything wrong, can be so enjoyable. And you know what? It's not dangerous, but on one level, I definitely think that many people can benefit if they just take a little bit of control over their own minds and just consider the idea of giving up a video game for a day, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, however many days you need, right? But very exciting. Wonderful of y'all here to do that. But it's amazing to be able to chat about it. It's something that, I think probably could be said more. And I think it's interesting because on Reddit, if I was to post this on Reddit, you would have all sorts of kids or anonymous people saying, well, I enjoy it, so I'm never going to quit. Why would you, quit something that helps me, do better in life or, enjoy my life or whatever? That's not what I'm saying, right? Like, obviously people know themselves. Everybody's in a different situation. But, it undoubtedly takes away time, takes away enjoyment from other things too, right? Like, let's say something you used to enjoy is no longer fun compared to a video game. That's totally taking away the joy in other things, right? Not even just a time sink, but just pulling you away from enjoying other wonderful things in life. So, things like that. But video games, there we go. So put down those video games. Pick up some pencils. Pick up some art supplies. So we're going to go like this right here. You're 70, not giving up video games. Yeah, don't give them up, dude. If they provide you, if you are in a point in your life where they provide you enough joy and entertainment, and you know what, you don't feel like changing, then that's fine. Like, what needs to happen in your life, right? Like, if you're very clear on what you want to do, what you want to achieve, what it means to you, then awesome, right? This conversation isn't for you. It's great that you're here to chat and add your ideas, but ultimately, it's not for everybody. I was working on this movie set, and this one woman, it was a very private movie set. We weren't allowed to have our phones on set, and they can do that on a film set because of regulations or whatever, privacy and everything. But it was interesting because this one woman said that she couldn't be without her phone. Now, obviously, she said it was because of her family, but there was about 100 people on that set who also had families that were, you know, open to having their phone locked up. And what I found interesting was, you know, I couldn't help but ask myself, was this person just, you know, is this person seriously not able to seriously have that many emergencies, or are they just super attached to their phone? So that was a question I had to ask, you know, and it made me wonder, like, how addicted being connected to technology can be. I don't like having this little edge here because it makes it annoying. So let's go. I want to just go right over here. And here we go. Do I have any black chalk? No, I do not have any black chalk. So it's been a couple days. What's everyone been up to? Anybody got any fun things to share? I got a pack of organic vegetables. We've been getting organic vegetables delivered to our apartment. Need a 10, got a 10. That's a quote. You need a 10, got a 10. Need a 10, got a 10. Does anybody know where that quote comes from? It's an Olympic gold medalist quote. And here we go. We're gonna go. Mizu, what? You can't give up technology? What do you mean you can't give up your phone, man? That would mean you can't watch my live streams anymore. And that would be horrible. That would be horrible. So horrible. This piece right here. Why is this angle feels so much sharper? Anyway, we're just gonna keep going. Let's do this. Let's go grab a nice. From your dad, he says 2 will get me 20. 2 what will get me 20? What are you talking about? We're gonna go with a F in order to do our sketch. And let's go like this. You know what? Let's go. Why not with a pen? Let's build this up with a pen. It might be hard because this ink doesn't go easily on top of pencil. after pencil's already been added, it kind of creates like a, there we go. There's a confident line. And here we go. Let's go like this. And here we go. So we're just gonna build this up. Let's go boom, boom. I use a pen to build this up. And then let's find this other pencil here. Oh, this line is messed up, but that's okay. We're gonna go. And we're gonna come around. Trying something new with this this pen sketch, but can't say I'm really liking it because you know what, I like it because it is starting to feel a little bit more natural. And here we go. So I'm not too happy with the way this hand has been sketched with the pen, but let's see. Let's work with it. Let's keep going with it. You know, don't give up. That's the one thing I love about drawing with pen, though, is that it really forces you to be comfortable with your mistakes. You know, to know how to work around them, to really like be comfortable messing up. And there we go. Actually, you know what? I think this needs to be more straight. How can I manage this area better? We're gonna go down and then like that. All right, let's just add a couple more of the main shadows here. And, but you know what? More than anything, Michael, completed a series of 7 designs, mostly while watching H music videos. Hey, what's up? How are you? What kind of designs you want to show us? Do you want us to? By the way, this offer is only open to people who are 18 or older. If they're under the age of 18, they have to, have their parents write a letter and email it to me saying that you want your Instagram page shared. You don't have to tell me your age, but that's just what I'm saying is the requirement. But yeah, if you want to share your Instagram page and you've posted your work, feel free to. That's what we're here for. Or that's what I'm here for to do. As an exciting and fun way to, connect with all of you. Oh yeah, you got a text from a random person that bought your painting? That's amazing, man. Congrats. What painting did you sell? What's it called? Alright, let's go with this. We're gonna go. You know what? I'm gonna go with the 6B continued. Actually, you know what? I want to use up the rest of this pencil. This pencil is a cheapo pencil that comes with this pencil holder. So a little cheapo pencil. I don't even know what lead this is, but I'm just gonna go ahead and stick with this. We're just gonna use this to shade in some of the area here. I need to use up this pencil before I use up my other ones. A landscape. Great. Awesome. Is it one of your new ones? I remember you saying that you did a new landscape, man. Or you were working on one. So how are you selling your paintings, Michael? Are you doing it on on Saatchi? Are you open to sharing your wisdom with the rest of the world, or is it a top secret? Is it top secret? See, isn't it great, by the way, people, that that you could just come on here? I know, so Michael's been coming around here for a little while. So I know of Michael, but you know what I find interesting about live streaming and doing like this type of stuff on YouTube is this wonderful thing where and it can't be a bad thing, but I find it as a positive thing, is this idea that any of you watching right now could just say anything and I'd probably believe it. Like, you could be like, yeah, I'm the founder of the Tate Modern Museum in London. You could say that and I probably won't always believe you, but at least you can get away with saying random things on YouTube. And you know what? You can make up stories here. Lie to me, people. Just kidding. Lying is bad. So anyway, we're gonna come around here with some of our shadow. Oh. Well, Michael, that's a totally valid place to put a painting. Totally valid, man. I feel like Michael is like that funny uncle that that loves just telling the same joke. And like, you know, your kids find it the most hilarious thing, like, you know, your kids will find it the most hilarious thing, but like because you're so close with him that you're just like, "Oh, haha." Like I'm making a joke about your jokes, Michael. But it's like, you know, the kid will laugh, the children laugh at every single time they hear the joke. But the adults are just like, "Oh yeah, haha. I get it." Yes. Michael's jokes. The good old classic chevron bathroom art joke. Love it. Amazing. The best. The best. Best joke ever. Does anybody have a better joke right now? No one. You know what I like about this, like designing all this myself, is it actually has like some character. Has a character that's unique to me. Like you could tell that this is not as good or not as accurate as this. And what the heck is up here? But we're just gonna stick with it and go. Let's call him up. Let's go buy Michael's art from the Chevron. Chevrons have the most offensive artwork though. Let me use my left hand. Let's switch it up. The Bowinator, you met a deer that could write with both hands and was ambidextrous. There we go. Oh, you do textile designs, not set up well for social media sharing yet. There's simple heart designs. Hey, that's awesome. That's fine, man. No worries. So I'm using my left hand right now. And I'm really just curious, just interested in training my hand. You know, one thing when you hold it like this grip, you know, I think I have like more control over the shading with this grip than I would if I was trying to hold it too closely. Can't say it feels very efficient though. You think I should get back to painting? You don't like my drawings? I need to draw. I need to draw. It's good. I love to, you know, constantly train this drawing muscle. I find it so important. So nice to train the drawing muscle. coming together yet? It's coming together. Yeah, I got rid of my Discord because my phone just cannot handle Discord for whatever reason. With all the other apps that I have on it, a lot of apps, Instagram, Twitter, Reddit, Peggy, various all sorts of music. And let's form this piece right here. Let's go. And let's go like this. I'm being kind of lazy with this one. Being a little lazy with this one, this hand. At first, drawing in a couple of days. I don't really like drawing with this pencil, too. Being very lazy with this drawing here. Michael, where's the number? Where's the number to Chevron gas station to buy art from Michael Wilbur? Here we go. Let's pull this off. It's our first sketch of the day. And let's keep this going. Who here feels overwhelmed by social media? Who here feels like they want to do more on social media, but they just, you know, they just feel overwhelmed, or like... Because I find that that's like a constant problem I find on Reddit, is people feel so overwhelmed by social media, but I'm like, it's so easy. Once I come up with something, I post it on Instagram, post it on X, post it on Reddit, post it on Facebook, post it on... I used to have other platforms, but the other platforms aren't productive, so I don't post them on all those anymore. But definitely the big ones. The side of the pencil. Oh, so I think what needs to happen is, this is also, I should probably sharpen it. You know, there's a way to sharpen it to where you cut off so that you can do a better job of doing that stuff. But anyway, let's put this away. I'm done with this pencil for now. Let's sharpen this up a bit here, everybody. I'm gonna go with our graphite here. And then got a nice couple of nice sharp pencils here. And let's do this one. This one's fun. This one looks like it's worth the effort. Worth the time. So here we go. Let's see, will this fit if I just do this a small one right here? Maybe. You know, what is interesting is, you know, this is definitely way easier when you have all the lines given to you. But, you know, it is great to have to get the exercise in a different format, to have to do it yourself. Let's see, this is about 1, 1, 2, 1, 1, 2, and a little bit. Okay, that's good. Now we're going to bring this down. I need to bookmark this part of this book here. Social media, too many, so you limit to YouTube. Use the side of the pencil, the side of the pencil is addicting. Nice. Yeah. Totally get it. And then we're going to go right here. Let's bring this down. This down is going to come just above here. So you said there's too many. Yeah, I mean, there are way too many social media. I definitely find it helpful to just focus on a few. But sadly, you know, there's so much opportunity if you're able to like free yourself up and, you know, spend time on as many as you can. But you know what? It can be very difficult. So it should go below this line. And then here we go. What are you talking about, the book? What do you mean by a book? So here we go, away we go. We're gonna bring this down here. Bam, just copying these lines. Keep it nice and simple. Staying committed to our original goal. Which, you know, part of my goal was to do this whole thing, but I don't think I'm going to be able to do that. It's like there are so many of these, but, you know, I definitely see the value in doing it. But there are so many of these. I don't know, is this, as a matter of opinion, does this seem like a discipline issue? Or does it seem like an actual reason to like not do it? The fact that there are so many. That's a bad reason to not do something, is because there's so many. All right, so we're gonna go like this. Is it a lack of commitment, people? Am I lacking commitment since I don't want to? So I feel a lack of motivation to finish this. To finish this whole book as a series. But maybe I'll do it. I remember, I don't know if any of you were here for my drawing series where I drew with one pen, and I spent 40 hours. This one pen had 40 hours worth of ink in it. But I was doing projects just drawing with that one pen until I ran out of all the ink in that one pen. Am I having fun? Yes. Yes, but you know, I'm not having I'm not having total full on bodily enthusiasm, right? Like I'm not waking up in the morning and I'm like, "Hey, let me do the Charles Bear drawing." But I also realize that sometimes that, you know, staying consistent, you know, that persistence is incredibly helpful. And you know what? Like, I'm enjoying it, but I also feel I'm not disliking it. It's just, I'm not waking up in the morning totally enthused to do this. This feels like training right now. And you know what? When it comes to training, it's like, I feel like I'm training for something, you know? It's like running when I did my marathon, when I trained for a marathon. And I don't necessarily, although, you know, running, I don't actually like running, but as far as the drawing goes, I enjoy the drawing, but I just wonder, especially for this specific activity, and here we go. But also, I think if I ask myself, like, why am I not feeling motivated? I think the truth is a little bit scary. The truth of why maybe I'm not feeling motivated is because I feel, and I'm only sharing this because I've made this as part of my creative brand, is sharing anything, you know, even some of my doubts, is, you know, I feel like based on this last one, I lost a little bit of motivation on this one, right? Because when I did this, mine is totally different than this. And there were some issues with it that I didn't really like. So, you know, the fact that I feel like I didn't do this at a high level, at a top level, I feel like I lost motivation. But, so, I guess, you know, if I really dig into my mind, my brain, you know, my doubt, my insecurity, my fear, whatever that is, whatever it is. Oh, my phone's about to die. Oh, crap. What's going on?